fact, the Kitty Genovese story is actually one of the biggest urban myths out there. Consequently, the bystander effect is not necessarily settled science. Kitty Genovese was a 28-year-old bar manager who had been robbed, raped, and to outside of her Queens apartment in 1964, while 38 people watched or listened to her screams outside of their apartments, but did absolutely nothing to stop the attack. 38 witnesses, the New York Times said, and no one did anything over the 35 minutes the attack was taking place. Not one call to the police while it was underway, even though Genovese was screaming, "Please help me, please help me." And why not? "I didn't want to get involved," one neighbor said. It was an appalling story. It was also wrong. While there was no question that the attack occurred and that some neighbors ignored cries for help, the portrayal of 38 witnesses as fully aware and unresponsive was erroneous. The article grossly exaggerated the number of witnesses and what they had perceived. None saw the attack in its entirety. Only a few had glimpsed parts of it or recognized the cries for help. Many thought they had heard lovers or drunks quarreling. There were 2 attacks, not 3, and afterward, 2 people did call the police. A 70-year-old woman ventured out and cradled the dying victim in her arms until they arrived. I should also mention that the attack likely ended because somebody screamed out and scared the attacker off. And I should also mention that this was in 1964, before the 911 system existed. So it wasn't as simple as just picking up your phone and hitting 911. They had to actually know the police's phone number. And again, 2 of her neighbors did that, in addition to the person who went outside to help her, in addition to potentially the person possibly scared the attacker away. And it wasn't 38 witnesses. That number was made up. The story and the number 38 apparently originated with a conversation between New York City's police commissioner and Abe Rosenthal, then the paper's city editor. But the number was substantially exaggerated and inadequately checked before being allowed in the paper. So basically, it was hearsay. Grossly exaggerated hearsay. It's from Kitty's tragic story where we get the concept of bystander effect, which basically means that the more people who are around witnessing something, the less likely you're to get help because everybody assumes somebody else is doing it. But people have been studying the bystander effect since the myth of the Kitty Genovese story has come to light. And this is one of those studies which found that apathy, bystander apathy, is not the norm. And that in multiple countries, CCTV data revealed bystanders helped in 9 out of 10 public conflicts. 90% of the time. Of course, this is just one study, but there are other studies that have also proven that you're more likely to get helped if the crowd of bystanders is larger as opposed to smaller, which is the exact opposite of what the bystander effect says.